It's Wilson time now. It's Wilson time now. It's Wilson time now. So grab your whiteboards, you can show me how to write the words down by using your sounds. We'll have lots of fun. My little elves are watching everyone. Feliz Navidad, first grade, and welcome to Wilson Foundations on Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. We are going to learn 2 new glued and welded sounds today. But before we get to them and building words, I want to show you something that I love and I learned in Wilson Foundations. It has to do with the sounds M, and N. M, and N. So when I make the sound M, I go but when I pinch my nose, you can't hear the sound anymore. Watch. Try it. It's really fun. It's crazy. Now try the N sound. It just goes away, doesn't it? Boys and girls, that is because the M sound and the N sound are called nasal sounds, and they come more from our nose than they do from our mouth. So, when we say those sounds, and those sounds come after a short vowel like ah, it changes the way the vowel sounds. So, therefore, we combine the N and the M after the A sound, which is ah, to make am and an, 2 new glued and welded sounds. So I'm going to move myself down here in the corner, and I would like to build a couple words with you to demonstrate how we use the glued and welded sounds am and. Okay, the first one we want to build is bat. So I want you to watch me first. You don't have to do this on boards, and then we will get a whiteboard and a marker, and we'll practice writing some words and marking them up, okay? So the first word is bat, and I know it's b-at, bat. Easy CVC pattern. So I'm going to pull up my b, my a, and my t. There it is. There is the word bat, okay? Now, notice it has 3 letters, 3 sounds, and the A makes that A sound. All right, I'm going to clear my frame, and I'm going to build the word bad. B-ad, bad. Again, I hear all 3 sounds. So very similarly, I put my B, I put my A, which is A, and I put my D for D. And there it is, bad. Now, what if I changed that D at the end of bad to an M? What word would I have? I would not tap it like this, but am, because that doesn't sound right. I would tap it like this, but am, because it doesn't sound like am. It sounds like am. It's a new sound. Okay, so I would tap it like am, bam, and then I would use this green glued and welded sound card to build the word. Okay, so I would start with my B, which is my B, but then I would put am next to it. So it has 2 sounds, but 3 letters. B-am, 2 sounds, but 3 letters. It's very similar to the glued and welded sound A-L-L. And I know many of you already learned these 2 welded sounds, A-N and A-M, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on them. All right, I just want to illustrate quickly how a word looks with the ending A-N. So let's build a word. How about pat? All right, so I'll pull up my P, my A, and my T. If you spell pat backwards, you get T-A-P, which is tap. So let's tap that out. P-at, pat. 3 letters, 3 sounds. The A makes the A sound. Now, imagine that I wanted to say pan instead of pat. Okay? I would have to take away the T, the ending sound, and I would take away the A because this word makes the sound and. It makes a different at sound. Do you remember how to tap it? Pa and pan. Very good job. Okay, go ahead and get your whiteboards and a marker. And very quickly, I would like to write a few words with you and then a sentence. And I will write them on my board while you're writing them on your board. And then I'll show you what my board looks like. Okay. So pause my video and get your whiteboard and your marker. All right. The first word I would like you to write is fan. Write the word fan. Pause my video and then mark it up. Now, oh, what did I say? Mark it up. How do I do that, Mrs. Dieter? Well, do you remember how we marked up ALL? We just put a box around it. So that is exactly what I would do to mark up the word fan. Go ahead and do that on your board. All right. Right before fan, right after fan, let's write the word than, like you're smarter than your teacher. So we know that than starts with, do you remember what that is? That's a digraph. And then you write and. So if I tap that word, I would have and, than, 4 letters, only 2 sounds. Now I'm going to go across and mark it up. So I'm going to underline my digraph and I'm going to box my glued and welded sound. And there it is. That's exactly how your your word should look. All right. Now I have fan and than. Let's do 1 or 2 am words and then we'll quickly write our sentence, okay? So how about easy peasy word, ham. Ham. Go ahead and write it while I do. Pause my video and then come back, write it and mark it up, and your word should look just like mine. There it is. Am, ham. All right, let's see. Should we do one more? Am. Let's do a name. How about Sam? Sam, like Uncle Sam. Go ahead and write that word. Am. I'm saying it in my head and tapping it as I write it. Did you remember what to do at the beginning of that word? Sam is a proper noun. It's a name. So you should have capitalized your S and then wrote AM and boxed it in. Great job, boys and girls. Okay, the last thing I want to do with you today is I want you to write a sentence for me. Now, I'd like you to pause my video right now, erase your board so it's blank, write the following sentence, and then when you get the sentence written, restart the video and check to see if your sentence looks just like mine. Now, your direction is write the sentence and then mark up all of the Wilson words that you can. You will have some words with digraphs and you will have a word that has a glued and welded sound. Are you ready? Okay, here's the sentence and then please pause the video. The dog ran on the path. The dog ran on the path. That's only 6 words. It shouldn't take you long at all, and they're easy words. All right, go ahead and pause my video. Okay, you should be back and you should have your sentence all written on your board. Let me show you my board. The dog ran on the path. Now, I have 2 trick words there. I circled them because they're trick words. They don't sound the way that they're spelled. But they also have a digraph. So I underlined that digraph just so I don't get confused, okay? If you don't underline the digraph in it's okay. But I underlined them just so that you would remember that that's a digraph. Now, the word ran has that glued and welded sound. You should have a box around it. And the word path has a digraph, so that should be underlined, your TH. Remember to sing your song to see if you have your sentence written correctly, because a lot of friends forget this right here. They forget their capital or they forget their period down here. Okay, so let's sing it real quick. Touch beginning, touch the end. Is your sentence good, my friend? Did you use a little dot in the very ending spot? Did you use a finger space? Give yourself a smiley face. Stretch your words out nice and long like path. Do you like my little song? Most important part. read your sentence back to you. Then let's give a big woohoo. If you read your sentence and it says the dog ran the path, you're going to know, wait a minute, I missed the word on. Okay, so always sing that song back. You did a great job, boys and girls. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.